Okay, so let's chat about Loki. Love him. And the Tesseract. Did anybody see that coming? Like, I was like, what?
I mean, the Tesseract's in like every other MCU movie.
No,
that
but
this
him,
is a Captain
him
Marvel.
hitting him
there
and him
needs-
just disappearing like that was just like, okay, Loki.
If there needs to
getting
be
it back.
one thing survive Endgame, it's gonna be the Tesseract.
It's always
right?
going to be
Yeah,
a Tesseract. It's
very
going to be in
true.
something's
Bad penny.
stomach or.
But where is he?
That's a great question. I actually thought where that scene was going to go was that he ported out with the space zone. He escaped. I thought they were going to go have to pursue him, and we're going to get some really juicy, cool, like Tom Hiddleston scenes.
I was hoping for that too.
But they just never addressed it again, which makes me think they left that hanging on purpose, and maybe Loki's story isn't done. We do know that Loki is going to be getting a TV show starring Tom Hiddleston on Disney Plus, the new streaming service. Perhaps they'll pick up right there and explore where that 2012 post-Battle of New York Loki went and the adventures he went on and how it all kind of ties back together. Because eventually, if I have the timeline shenanigans correct, eventually the Tesseract has to come back to where it was, or at least wind up in a similar place for time to continue as it did. Also, IGN's own Jim Vejvoda talked to Kevin Feige, and Kevin Feige was talking about how Loki has lived a very long life, and he's like gesturing sort of like to the past, with a wave of his hand. And so I think if you read into that, it's that he's an ancient being of like he's what
Thousands of years
old. And so there's a lot to explore there. So maybe we'll pick up with him on that moment, but then we'll get some like flashbacks to his history and get to see, Loki's younger years.
Like Doctor Who, if the Doctor was like a real jerk.
Oh my God. That would be
I'm
great.
very here for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd watch
That would be
that.
great.
I'd watch that show.
Mischief.
Yeah, ancient cosmic adventures with Loki. Like, let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm totally
Sign
in
me
with
up.
Totally
that. But I
in.
do think that like him getting out of there with the Tesseract and them just never dealing. That's the one moment in Endgame that feels like something out of Iron Man 2, right? It feels like something that's just like, this is a thing that we got to put in here to set some other stuff up. But because they never addressed it, and because he didn't show back up at any point, it's just like, that has to be open-ended.
There doesn't
Shrouded in
feel like a
mystery.
lot of setup for further MCU movies here, other than just like bringing all the heroes back to life. But that was one moment that very much felt like a thread that was being left to be picked up
I agree
later.
with that too.
A bit jarring, I agree, but more Loki.
More Loki.
He could still be out
And we'll
there.
get Loki without the character development that he gets throughout, his MCU journey up to his death in Infinity War. So the version of Loki that everyone really fell in love with was Avengers Loki. And so the
Snarky
fact we're going to get
Loki.
that, piece of crap Loki as the star of this series is very exciting to me.
Okay, we have so much Avengers Endgame coverage, so make sure to check out all of our videos. And as always, be sure to follow and subscribe to IGN.